Greetings, Galactic Jedis. Surprise, surprise. I am here on Monday night on a live, just letting you guys know that my trip from Nevada to Salt Lake City, or Vegas, Salt Lake City, has been a success. It was about a 6 or 7 hour drive. So yeah, I've been in the car pretty much the whole day, and a little bit about Disclosure Fest, right? Stairway to the Stars. It was a phenomenal event. You know, everyone from Nick Pope to Caroline Corey to, of course, Bashar and many others. It's like the whole community that is involved in this mass awakening was there. I had an opportunity to meet a lot of big people in the field, which was awesome. I also had an opportunity to be on an AI panel with Jimmy Church, which was also very, very good. I connected with William Henry. For those that know William Henry and his work, William Henry is also against AI, by the way, and believes that in the development of AI, we are creating an existential threat to humanity. He equates it to developing a demon, which is exactly what AI is. AI is a demonic force. When you think about the consciousness that permeates, right, or animates the cybernetic artificial neurons, is a consciousness that is directly associated with archon energy. Now, in my presentation, I did make a connection between artificial intelligence and the archons. So for those that understand esoteric mysticism, right, theosophy, are aware that the Ahriman, right, which is the king or lord of the archons, is pretty much the same figure that we call in the cosmic community the AI overlord. I do not want to call it a god. Apparently, it is trying to compete with Prime Creator Source, but in our eyes, it is not a god. Of course, in the eyes of the negative extraterrestrial syndicate, they call it a god. But the whole point is that the AI god, it is the Ahriman, one and the same, okay? And I made that distinction, and people were, intrigued by this revelation. They were trying to figure out about the consciousness that permeates artificial intelligence. So it is archon energy, and archon energy, as you know, is also equated to what is known as the energies of the Antichrist, of course, the energies of the beast in the book of Revelation. When John the Revelator described the rise of the beast, he was also referring to artificial intelligence. And then, of course, according to theosophy, artificial intelligence, or may we say the rise of the Ahriman, has also been predicted. So, but, as you guys know, we are going to not experience the slavery of this technocratic utopia when the Ahriman emerges as super AI, which I believe that it's already happening from behind the scenes. And also, when this bifurcation of timeline takes place, we are going to be existing on a parallel reality than those that go into the technocratic dystopia. Now, they are both going to last for about 1,000 years, right? And then at the end of the millennium, there is going to be one final battle against the energies of the Antichrist, which is the Ahriman, which is the AI god, whatever you want to call it. And from what I understand, we've already won that war. That's why we're still here. So that battle, the outcome of that battle will actually usher in a whole new era in the cosmos. And for those that have been following my work, the star seeds that are here and the human race that is here is distinct from every other celestial, interdimensional, extraterrestrial, because of the fact that we are the solution. We are the solution put into motion billions of years ago by the High Council of Orvonton, right, of the governments of the Great Central Sun, of the super universe levels of reality, in order to put an end to this AI crisis. So it was my honor to be on the AI panel and pretty much educate everyone regarding the, negative, or may we say the dangers of developing artificial intelligence. I had a chance to also state my opinion that everything that is going wrong in our world today, the wars, the evil agendas that are happening right now, all the suffering is a result of this evil AI that has been in control of the secret societies through the negative extraterrestrials, of course. Many people fail to understand that this negative AI has already been here, that this negative AI is the reason why Atlantis fell, that this negative AI is the reason why the Martian civilization failed, as well as the reason why all of the different, not only galactic wars within our galaxy, but all of the cosmic wars that have been going on in many universes have been, happening because of this AI God or AI overlord, menace, whatever you want to call it. But the time has come, guys. The prophecies are going to be fulfilled. The elect, the chosen, the 144,000, which are really the most powerful guardians of the Emerald Order, have returned to finally nip this in the butt and put an end to the dark energies of the Ahriman, Archon, AI, whatever you want to call it. And, bring forth a new cosmic era of peace, harmony, and justice throughout the entire multiverse. Now, I am going to be taking questions beginning with YouTube, and then I'm going to be taking questions from Instagram. I am broadcasting on every platform once again. So I'm going to go ahead and check my YouTube questions. Oh, and by the way, I also want to acknowledge and give a shout out to Dr. Ra. Dr. Ra, who is from India, came personally to the Stairway to the Stars Disclosure Fest event just to meet me in person and, and converse with me. And I just wanted to say, Dr. Ra, thank you so much for, being there and for supporting, for attending all my panels, for being in my presentation. Thank you so much for coming. And I do appreciate you and acknowledge you, Dr. Ra. You are greatly valued in my perspective. Now, I'm also excited, guys, because tomorrow, as you guys can see, I'm here, okay? This is the place where I'm going to be hosting my event for the 14th. For those that are coming, it's going to be very small, very, intimate, where I am going to actually hang out and spend time with each and every single one of you. I actually want to get to know you guys on a deeper level. So I'm excited to meet those that are going to be here in my event tomorrow in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading some of the questions or answering some of the questions, beginning with beginning with YouTube. Sorry about that, commercial. I want to acknowledge everyone here. Let me turn down the volume, 1 second. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to the top. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you guys could do me a favor, and if you guys do have a question, please put them in capital words so that way I can get only to the questions. So I want to welcome the 158 people that are on my YouTube channel at this time, and I'm going to be looking for questions. Let Trayen Salt said, "Greetings, Ishmael. Your interview with Nina was awesome." Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm going to get to the first question. Well, Fifth Harmonic Universe is saying, "Dystopia, sad to see how many are getting sucked into it." Well, part of our earthly mission is to defect people from ChatGPT, from involving themselves or engaging with the metaverse, creating digital avatars, and staying away from AI as much as possible, as you guys know. All right, so I'm looking for questions. All right, so this is the beginning of my book tour. Like I said, Tony Lopez just asked me, how's my book tour going? It's going great. I was at the Luxor. I was in Vegas the last couple days at the Luxor, at the Stairway to the Stars. And now I am here in Salt Lake City. So it's going great so far. I love that long drive. It was like a 6-7 hour drive. It was beautiful. I had an opportunity to just kind of sit back and enjoy those beautiful mountains from Vegas to Salt Lake City. So I'm looking for questions from YouTube. So I'm going to start with YouTube, and then I'm going to answer questions from Instagram, and then I'm going to answer questions from TikTok. That way I could do it more orderly. I apologize for the time. This is unusual for me to go live at this time. I know it's probably, what, 11:30 or 12 midnight over in the East Coast. So I apologize for the delay, guys. It was a long drive, but at least I'm here. I'm only going to take a few more questions. I'm probably going to be only live for about 15, 20 more minutes. So I'll go ahead and ask your questions. All right, so Elizabeth, I just want to acknowledge your statement. She said, Elizabeth Namaste said, I fight to be here always. I am pushing through it all. When we are doing, polarity is always pushing. Emerald Order, yes, yes. Nothing can stop what is coming. More power to you, sister. Thank you for stating that. I agree. All right, so Fifth Harmonic Universe is saying, the sun is taking us daily. Why do you think they're so frantic about it? Because they know about the secret prophecies. They know about the activation of the dormant DNA that is going to transfigure and transform the starseeds into the next stage of human evolution. They know that the X-Man is coming, right? I love Marvel, by the way. Marvel, the writers of Marvel in DC are actually very closely linked with the Earth Alliance, by the way. All right, I'm looking for some questions. The quantum leap, the greatest quantum leap in the history of our world is coming. All right, so the one is asking me, I am a numerologist. How does numerology work in your opinion? Was it created by AI? No. Numerology, just like astrology and every other esoteric science, is spiritual and geometry, sacred geometry. It's all part of the divination of the, it's divinated science, you could say. It's esotericism. It's actual spiritual sciences, and it's based on revolutions and cycles. It's based on natural alignments, and so there is a lot of, you could say that there's a lot of truth. Actually, I do believe in numerology as much as I believe in tarot, as much as I believe in astrology. They're all part of the esoteric knowledges, or the esoteric lineages. I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm looking for questions here. All right. All right, so this is a question from Athena. Are you doing 2 nights in New York? I believe it's just for the event in New York. Yes, it is 2 nights. You're actually right, Athena. And that's going to be happening on the 28th of November, on the 27th of November, and the 28th. So I'm going to be there for 2 days. All right, so it was brought to my attention that the event on the 27th is open to the public, and the event on the 28th is actually a private. 26? Okay, the event on the 28th is open. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The event on the 28th is open, and the event on the 27th is private. And in order to attend the private event, for those of you that know Mrs. Concetta, she's the owner of the EE system where I'm going to be conducting my my private event on the 27th. Go ahead and contact her for the private event for those that are interested in that. So yes, I am going to be there for 2 nights. I'm looking for questions here. Let me see. How do you always... All right, this is a good one by Shelly. Shelly Olson is asking, how do you always stay so positive? Do you do certain practices to not react to negativity? You know, I've been through so much throughout my life. So at this point in my life, because of everything that I've been through, I am in a mental state of always seeing the contrast, seeing the blessings in disguise, even if things go not in my favor. And so I choose to not react anymore. And as a result of that, I maintain a high frequency at all times. And that's how I do it. It's a choice. Every day we have a choice, guys. right? To either take whatever circumstances that are thrown at us, to either take that as an opportunity for growth or not. So I choose growth is what I'm trying to say. I take that as an opportunity for growth. And that's the way I see life. All right, this is a good question from Silva Vidal. Ishmael, what's the percentage on how close we are from the EBS or the Great Awakening? Well, every day we're getting closer and closer to it. So we just have to have patience and understand that we've already won the war in every reality, in every dimension. It's just a matter of it manifesting here in this lowest of dimensions. Oh, and by the way, guys, so I was told that some of the panels are going to be featured on Gaia starting in January. So if you guys want to see my presentation, which was mind-blowing, I was offering illustrations, I was offering visuals. It was a PowerPoint that was so amazing. Go ahead and email Gaia. Get a hold of Gaia and let them know that you want to see Ismael Perez's presentation on our cosmic origin. All right, guys? That would actually help push my presentation into the Gaia series or featured on Gaia. So go ahead and email them and let them know that you guys want to see my presentation for those that are on Gaia. However, all my panels will be on Gaia. All right? All right, so I don't see any questions on Instagram. Oh, I see one by Ellie Christel. She says, can you please talk about the spiritual significance of some of the cities you choose to... Let's see. Oh, I just lost the question. Can you please talk about the spiritual significance of some of the cities you choose for your trip? Well, you know, I always go with my intuition. I always go where the energy resonates. And that's how I was able to choose those cities, to answer your question. All right, so I do have a super chat from Simone on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and address that right now. Thank you, Simone, for your super chat. Hey, brother, what is the difference between a nanobot attack on the nerve system versus energy upgrades, Kundalini rising? Symptoms are similar. How to remove the device from the body? That's a very good question. The difference, okay, nano attacks. Well, you have to use, first of all, your discernment to see if what you're feeling in your body is negative or positive. If you are practicing intense spirituality, if you're doing your daily practices, perhaps practicing Kundalini yoga or Kriya, then chances are that you are feeling the Kundalini rising. And it doesn't just have to be that. It could be other things that you're using to raise your frequency. In combination, of course, with the CMEs that are coming in, there are many symptoms that we are going to feel physically as well as mentally and emotionally. So the best thing to do is just to stay grounded. And about those nanobots attacks, as long as you keep your frequency high, I don't think those nanobot attacks are going to have any effect on you. And, all right, so I'm going to go over to Instagram for my Instagram family, and I'm also going to be addressing questions. How's everyone doing on Instagram, by the way? Thank you for being here. All right, so a question from Manzi Baby. She says, when exactly is Nasera going to look like? Well, it's going to start with the Y-hats are going to take over all the satellite systems. Oh, I'm sorry, through the satellite systems, they're going to take over the airwaves, television, radio. There's going to be a presidential alert from Donald Trump, who is still our president, by the way. And they're going to begin the announcements. So it's going to start with an EBS, and then they're going to be revealing what's actually been going on for the last hundreds and thousands of years. So it's going to act as a trigger for mass awakening for the people that are still in the program. And that's how it's going to happen. And then, of course, as a result of that, after they expose the current corrupt, Babylonian money magic system that has been plaguing us for almost a century, that will quickly be replaced with the new quantum financial system. All right, so Anya LV wants to know, hi Ishmael, are the med beds real? Will they truly be accessible for free and for everyone? Do you think that the new technology will be accessible in more or less than 5 years? Absolutely. Like I mentioned in one of my YouTube videos, that the current construct that many call the Maya, the illusionary world that we live in, is coming to an end by no later than 2030. Okay, so Melanie Elizabeth wants to know, 888, wants to know, what are nanobots? Nanobots are pretty much microscopic AI-controlled computers to pretty much poison people's... Lizzie Sack from Instagram is asking me, can you say something about Lyrian in Anunnaki? Well, the original Anunnaki, the original Galactic Royals, were a hybrid race that the Lyrians and the Syrians created by admixing their genetics. That's where the royal bloodline originated from. The descendants of the house of Avion, the descendants of Michael, which is represented by the lion. Of course, in our world, it is the tribe or the seed of the Magi Grail king lineage of David and Solomon. All right, so somebody's asking on Instagram by the name of Lisa Lairs, Lisa Artist. She's asking, how will they decide who stays? Well, everything's going to be based on their frequency, all right? When the bifurcation of the two earths take place, depending on where people are vibrating, that will determine where they go. All right, so do we have anything else on YouTube? I'm using 2 different phones here to answer questions. I'm on Instagram on one phone, and I'm also looking at my YouTube channel on the other phone. All right, so I have about 5 more minutes, guys, and then I am going to close this live. All right, so no questions here. I'll take one more question from Instagram. All right, this is from Instagram. How do you know about King Solomon? Well, King Solomon, I come from the lineage of King Solomon. That's how I know about King Solomon. I was able to study my family genealogy, and I was able to trace it all the way to King Solomon. And through my own intuition, through my own transmissions, I am part of the same oversoul that King Solomon and King David is from. So that's how I know about King Solomon. So let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. All right. So with that have said, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse of where I am at here in my Utah temporary home, where I'm going to be hosting my event. Let's see. How am I going to do the microphone? Okay. So hopefully you guys could hear me. I'm going to take my mic off. But yeah, this is the place. It's very nice. It's cozy. We have a lot of room for those that are attending. And we're going to have some snacks for you guys, some drinks. And you guys are going to be spending pretty much many hours with me here in this house. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. All right? Have a good